Good morning. I thought it's been a while since we took a walk around the yard, and so I'm going to take you along for my morning yard walk this morning and just go see what's out there right now. It's June, it's about mid-June, and things are ebbing and flowing as usual. The roses are gone, but the dahlias are starting to come in, and the new cut flower garden that I set up is really starting to, wake up now. So that's exciting, and it's kind of an overcast day, so maybe colors will look good. It's better than bright washed out sunlight, so just gonna go ahead and take you along for my morning yard walk. Gonna go grab my coffee, then we'll go. This here is a very special begonia. It's called Begonia Lotus Land, and it comes from the Lotus Land garden in Montecito. Look how big the leaves are. Oh, hi Coda. And this is the flower. Look at these cool ones. Aren't these beautiful? I gotta put them up higher because they're pendulous, but they look good from the top too. But mainly I have begonias here and succulents, so it's kind of an unusual mix, but actually they have similar water needs. This is a Santa Barbara begonia, has a dragon wing, and I just love the light pink. And plants that I'm gonna plant that are coming into the garden land on the porch here and then get moved in. I'm gonna head up into the citrus orchard. There's some pretty things happening. This is a white sage and a rose that I don't know the name of, but it starts yellow and then ages out more white. This is the citrus orchard. These are a mandarin and some sort of an orange. Look at this. So this is salvia. It's called amistad. Isn't that beautiful? And then I've planted a few purple roses. Let's see if this one smells. Ugh. Smells like roses. Beautiful. There's another one in there. Vanessa Bell rose. Those are new. That's why they're blooming even though this one's done. The fruit trees, the citrus trees are starting to grow and put on height. And so that's really fun. Heading up this way. A few last roses. So this is the blueberry patch here, and fig trees, and the hedge here is feijoa. This beautiful iris. Everything's fairly new in this garden, so nothing's very big yet, but we're working on it. There's a mulberry. Yum. Looking back this way. I'm pulling weeds. Just walking this way. Things are coming in. Echinacea is coming back. That's good. This is called 4 o'clock flower. It only opens when it's evening or overcast. So there we go. Oh, we're not gonna go down this way because there's a giant spider web right here. There. But this goes down into the raised beds. I have garlic down there, carrots, tomatoes, asparagus, kale, strawberries. I think that's it for now. And I've gone and bagged the apples. Gone ahead and bagged apples this year. I didn't bag the apricots because there are so many. I must have done something right this year for these apricots to be so full of fruit, and I probably should have thinned, but I have had so little fruit off these in the last 5 years that I just thought, oh well, half of them will dry up and disappear anyway. but they didn't this year, so they're almost ripe. It's about time to eat them. They're getting there. Nope, none of them are ripe quite yet. But I have 4 trees that are just loaded like this one. 1, 2, 3 back there, and 4. And this blackberry hedge is really working out. I do have a support underneath it, and it's sure creating a wall here on this side. Look how tall. That's got to be 20 feet tall. These canes are massive, and the fruits are massive and delicious. And I get enough of them. The birds get some, but I get some, so that's all that matters. So I have the 4 apricots, 1, 2, 3, 4 right through here. I mean, look at them. They're just loaded this year. Loaded, loaded, loaded. Unbelievable. This one, this branch is like, oh, can't take it. Some of the drumstick allium are starting to show their color. And I did plant a lot of things in my orchard that flower, and that's just to bring pollinators in and to, of course, cut for arrangements. You can see the hydrangea, white hydrangea back in there. Starting. These delphinium, digitalis, foxglove are really tall. I don't know if you can tell what I'm pointing to. This one up here, that's like 7 feet tall. I love seeing the pops of white from the hydrangeas through the orchard. And the dahlias in this area are starting to come up. Got a lot of dahlias through here. Head this way. Been struggling with water in this area, so it should be filled in more with hostas and Japanese anemones, but they are not doing it because the water kept going. But I think I got it fixed, so it's coming along. And I just love how this tree drapes over the walkway. This one is a Australian peppermint tree. So the flowers, it's evergreen, which is great. I'm in zone 10, maybe 9B. And it just makes it really magical walking under here. And we're coming up on the raspberries. Look at all these raspberries. These are red raspberries. I did take out my yellow raspberries. They don't do well in our area. The fall gold didn't do well here, but red raspberries do, so we got raspberries. This is a newer fruit tree. This is a peach that was here, and I bagged a few fruits on that, and this one is yet to fruit. But just enjoying this. This is another kind of more rare plant. It's called Bauhinia unenensis. And I'm training it up over this arbor. Let's head into my shade garden. This is a very deep shade garden under oaks. And I've, over the years, spread a few things around. One of them is this yellow and green plant called bloodleaf or irisine. This is the lime irisine. I also have the pink in here. These big tropical looking guys are Geranium majorense. And they are biennial, so this year we get the leaves. And then next year they will send up flower stalks, giant balls of purple flowers that are 3 feet in diameter. And I have some pink hydrangeas in here that I need to propagate more of because I'll show you in a minute. So there's ginger back in there. The tall ones are Tricholias. And just look at how big these things have gotten. They were little starts my mom brought me in vermiculite and perlite, and I had like 4 or 5 of them, and they definitely are like it here. Look at these. They're 20 feet tall. They're a nice understory for this shade garden. And then a lot of this irisine, the lime irisine. And one of my favorite things about the lime irisine is I have these bright pink hydrangeas, and look at those bright pink stems on the irisine. So it's really a fun color combination. And the other really fun thing is this. It's a disocactus flower. So this is the plant. It's really unassuming. And then it blooms just like shockingly beautiful bloom. So there's a pink irisine as well, which is bloodleaf. So heuchera, isn't that cute? So I'm trying to find the other pink irisine. There's another, it's kind of hard to see, but there's a whole bunch of the yellow, and then there's one pink branch, and that's what this plant does. It'll randomly send out a pink variety, or there will be a leaf that's half pink, half yellow. And I've been trying to propagate the half pink, half yellow ones, but haven't had luck yet. And I'm working on developing this part of the shade garden. It's also quite deep shade, and so I'm filling in with things that have whites, yellows, and blue. This is below the blue garden. The blue garden's up there. And just got a few of these. These are clivia, and they're gonna have a yellow flower. And some hosta. And just some more cool blue stuff. This is honeywort, blue honeywort. I think that flower is just unbelievable. So cool. Some buddleia. And a big berm I just planted. I have some different kind of passion fruit growing here. It's a banana passion fruit. And look at the cut flower, the new cut flower garden. I have fillers, dahlias, annuals. These are sunflowers. They're almost ready. And then some more kind of fillers in the front. But that's, you know, just a couple months ago. Nothing here. Now it's soon to be really providing a lot of flowers. You can hear the chickens behind me. They want their morning treats. I gotta go back and do that. This is the older cut flower garden. This is some white yarrow, and then I think it's the Colorado mix yarrow. It has like a pink, peachy color, and the purple is purple top vervain, and it's perennial here, and it's huge as well. And a honeysuckle that's finally starting to make its way up the arbor here. Fragrant cloud honeysuckle. And some sweet peas. But if you know, a working cut flower garden doesn't look like much because you cut every day or every couple days all the flowers that look good. So it doesn't look very interesting here, but this is the first cut flower garden that I put back here. And I had real trouble with my snapdragons this year. I need to keep on it. I have something called rust. So this is a fungus. It's really bad. That's a really bad case of it. I probably should have just pulled all the snapdragons, but I love them. So I go around, I pull off all the bad leaves, and I spray neem, which is a natural antifungal, and I'm hoping to at least get a few flowers out of it. It doesn't seem to affect many of the other flowers yet. These are straw flowers. They're light sensitive, so they're closed during the night and early morning, and they open up in the daytime. My fig trees are getting a little bigger. Here's something else that's light sensitive. I keep thinking, oh, well, it's died. No, it's just light sensitive. That's chamomile. And the little flowers, they just turn into yellow nubbins in the evening and open back up, and you can see the white in the daytime. There's a big bunch of it over there as well. It just looks yellow. Anyway, if you have rust, you don't want to compost it. You want to get it off your property. Coming through here, it's the original dahlia patch. And I have some status mixed in. But they're just starting to really go. This one of my favorites. This is an apple blossom. I think that one's Giggles. It might be something else. No, that's not Giggles. Just this one. It might come to me. But some really pretty ones in here. These aren't quite all the way open yet. This one might be Giggles. It's another one of my favorites right here. Sandia brocade. It's about half open. Isn't that pretty? And I think this one's cute too. This one is Giggles. It's not all the way open yet. I think. I've called like 4 of them Giggles. Obviously, I don't know which one's Giggles, but Giggles is one of the ones I like. Few echinacea starting to push flowers. They're gonna flower soon. They're all budded up. And in here, this is I think it's bunny ears viola, and it's just creating a really neat little carpet in here, and I use it in smaller vases. It lasts really long, so that's one you wouldn't think to plant as a cut flower, but it does well. And the daffodil foliage is almost all done. So I'll take that out, or not take it out, clean it up, and then put some more soil on top and either let it go kind of rust or put a quick annual on top of it. And these are saponaria. It's a different kind of filler, white and pink. And they've been really fun to use this season. You do have to treat them, sear them with hot water when you cut them, and then they last in an arrangement. There's a few dahlias left over from when I had seed dahlias. Here over, we'll start with a lot of more Australian plants. Leucospermum, I think. Leucospermium. This is actually a dahlia I grew from seed. And it starts out more orange and yellow, and it fades to more of a persimmon. And it's just giant, and it stayed here, so I'm letting it stay. So a few oak leaf hydrangeas starting. They're very small. Soon they'll be, they'll get to be 5 feet tall and really kind of frame in this area better. This is another shade path that just circles back around to the dahlia garden. Some protea waiting for flowers. And this feverfew over here I use in arrangements all the time, and I have a ton more planted that'll start blooming soon. All kinds of food always. So I have a loquat over there. This is a sapote. Oh, we passed the apple. There's 2 apple trees over there, Fuji's. And on this side, there's a yellow strawberry guava, pomegranate, white guava, red guava, which have yet to produce any fruit on the guavas, and a volunteer pyracantha, I think. Look at all these fruits. Oh, and mosquitoes. So we did have a deer in the other night. Might have been in again last night. No, he hasn't been in. I put new deer fence up. He ate the roses. He wasn't in the woods, but he ate the roses, all the rose ends, and these two fruit trees, which are a pleury and a something. They're mixes. They're like a cherry plum and a something else, a pluot or a aprium or something. So these two are newer trees and they got nibbled and will come back next year. I have to work on the suckers first. But this doesn't look like much right now. I'm developing this area. And then this is an alley of fruit trees. There's some that I hope make it. There's a pawpaw right here. It's just a stick. You can barely see it. I have all the status. So these I use for cut flower. They're great because you can use them dried and they are perennial here. Oh, look at this. That's an eyeliner lily back there. And wedding candles verbascum. And I have this juncus here that was only supposed to be like a foot tall and 2 feet wide or something like that. And it's 5 or 6 feet wide and like 3 feet tall. Oops. So, and back in there I have a smoke bush and then a mirror plant. I have another one here. Oops, there's a giant weed here. This is a mirror plant. This one's like a yellow and orange one. It's super shiny. And I have another one back in there. You can kind of see it right there. This hedge is a passion fruit, a standard purple passion fruit. Here's one of the fruits. It's not ready yet. One of the fruits. Whoops. I don't see any flowers right in front of me, but they're really cool flowers. And then I have grapes and more blackberries on this fence, which I think I'm gonna have to take the blackberries out because they're just spreading too much. But here's the blue baptisia. It's really pretty. But this needs to be tamed a bit. We go by like every 2 weeks and just zip, you know, hedge trim it. And there is a kiwi in here that I have yet to see any fruit on, but it's fighting for its life. It's trying. Oh, just walking this way down the fruit tree alley. It's a mango, a pear, and then head into the red garden. This is a Arbutus marina strawberry tree. These are edible. They're a little grainy, but they are edible. I'm so proud of all these begonias. I grew them all from seed. There's a pink one, kind of a magenta, and then a Viking XL red on chocolate, I think. So they kind of mix together there, the red with the dark leaf and then the pink with the green leaf. And my, oh, there it is. Okay, see that plant right there? It has a leaf that's half yellow and half, oops, yeah, half yellow, half pink. Isn't that interesting? So that's the variation I'm trying to propagate. So I'll go in there, cut that, try to propagate it, and then grow more of it. So it'd be cool if I could get that to be a reliable thing. This one is my Chinese lantern tree. It's just so fun. It's an albutilon. I have a lot of albutilon in this area. This one has more of a kind of a fire look to the flowers. So working on developing this. This eventually, this cedar or the blue one there, that'll get bigger. There's a mango tree, a pawpaw tree, a ginkgo tree, some Japanese maples in here. We did have a giant tree here that fell down a couple years ago, so went from being shade, deep shade, to sun. So I'm working on getting more shade back in this area and putting things in here that work in sun for now, like dahlias and rudbeckia and blueberries. And I have a magnolia tree here. Looks like it's about to bloom. So that's exciting. I'm trying to, again, have a shade. And every new space that you enter in the garden, I want there to be a pathway, a doorway, a wall of sorts to separate the rooms. So that's the red garden. And so this magnolia eventually will go up and over, as will this bottle brush on that side. This is a spice bush. Look at this, it's blooming, calycanthus. Rarely bloomed. And continuing this way, this is my office garden. And the color scheme is oranges, pinks, which I know you think don't go together, but I'll show you a flower that proves it. This is a bunch of sedum, autumn joy sedum, so that's going to be cool when it flowers. And I did have a lemon tree here in the middle that died. I'll replace that one. Here's a pretty dahlia. And I have pinky winky hydrangeas in here. They're fairly new, so they will get big. Roses and columbine. Let's see if I can get the camera to focus on it. Focus, focus. Mosquito. There we go. Aren't those pretty? So some pink lilies. This is all lemon balm, which soon will be cut back. It, goes down to the ground and then it flushes back up. There's a giant sunflower of some sort here. Some, perennial branching sunflower. This is lion's tail sage, the orange. And I do have some blue campanula that kind of sneaks out in some spaces. And this is the dahlia that's kind of based, this color scheme area is based on this one. So this area's color scheme is kind of based on this dahlia, pinks, oranges, and heading through this arbor, which really has created a wall here. That's what I wanted, was to create separation between these two areas. This is the side yard. And lots of green waste cans, but things are filling in here. This is catmint, which is about to bloom and give us really beautiful kind of dusty purple blooms. Dahlias, a mix of roses, alstroemeria, cineraria, I believe. Here's the flower of the catmint. Sages, sedum, hydrangeas, lavender, roses, gladiolas, alstroemeria, lavender, and St. John's wort, and a barking dog. So we've made it all the way back around here. And it's just all kind of looking nice this time of year. Mosquitoes. It's mosquito-y this morning. We've been having fog. We get fog in the winter, not in the winter, it's summer, oh my gosh. We get fog in the summer because it gets really hot inland and we're on the coast, and so the cool ocean air hits the hot air from inland and we get a lot of fog and drippiness in the summer, which leads to powdery mildew and fungal issues like rust on the plants. It's not really that fun, but it's like air conditioning, so I enjoy it. That's going to do it for my morning yard walk today. Thank you for joining me, and I'll catch up with you next time. Bye-bye.